Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing great. If it's your first time on this channel, you are highly and definitely welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, a regular on this channel, thank you for coming back. I hope you're gonna love this video like the others of my video you'll be loving on this channel. Anyways guys, today I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing a talk video. I'm going to be talking specifically about my career as a professional hairstylist. I don't talk much about my career because basically I was still in the process of preparing myself or becoming the person that I am today in my career. So I've not been able to talk about it that much. But recently, my private life, I know that many people have been asking me questions, and also because I've gone on reflections, I've gone back to my journey getting here as a hairstylist after many years, and I'm like, why not talk about it? So I have many contents I'm going to be talking about a life as a hairstylist, specifically in Europe, in France, in diaspora. So if you are interested with the reason why you clicked on this video, I hope this video will be able to answer some of your questions that you have been wanting to know or get answers to. I've been a hairstylist for 9 years now. So where do we start from? I'm going to start talking about what made me to become a hairstylist. Why did I choose to become a hairstylist, and before I can go into how many years that you can basically go in your training becoming a hairstylist. Growing up, I've always loved hair. I've always loved everything about hair. I know that from a very young age, from like a very little child, when I was 8 years old, if I can remember well, my father always tell me that he's going to open salon for me, basically hair salon. I think the confidence of choosing hairstylist is my father, which always tell me that you need to have your own salon. I'll open salon for you when you're 18 years old. So, and also I think he actually validated me of me basically thinking that yeah, I can do it. I grew up in a home where we have hairstylists. My aunties were hairstylists. One of my auntie had a salon. One of my auntie did she's gifted in it. So I actually grew up then seeing my auntie every Saturday making hair for clients. And the first time that she knew that I knew how to make hair was the day that there is this client of hers that she have. I always call them, what would I call her? This is the baddie. I'll call her rich auntie. There are those aunties that men love to spend on them, if I will say love upon them. So this auntie, whenever she comes to make her hair, I don't want to go to the story. Whenever she comes to make her hair, men friend, they will just bring snacks for her, just something makes me feel like wow. So she has this princess treatment. So there was this particular day, she was making this auntie's hair, and the hair took a long time for her to make. I don't know, it took a long time for her to make. So my auntie would just start making the braids and she would just leave it half. So my other auntie that actually know how to make hair as well, when she leaves it, my other auntie will actually continue from where she stopped to finish the braid. So this particular day, this her client, which I will call a baddie, came as usual. She was making her hair, and being the child that I was then, someone that was interested in hair, I have my last sister. I took her to the backyard. Her hair was very short then. We were cutting her hair, so I took her to the backyard where our kitchen was close to our kitchen. I had to say that kitchen because there's an incident that actually happened. So where the kitchen where we actually cook in our house. So I went to go take extensions from my auntie's client's hair, because when you stretch your hair extensions, you have wasted parts. So the wasted parts, I actually take them, gather them, and actually I think Then I actually gathered them. It make my auntie feel like I'm going to throw them away. And I went to the backyard. I sat my sister down. Then my sister had very low cut. I was trying. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I managed to like make her hair. And my sister, she was crying. She was like, "Oh, my hair is paining me. My scalp is paining me." My grandmother wanted to come cook in the kitchen that was at the backyard, because our kitchen was then at the backyard. So because maybe she heard my sister's voice, and that prompted her to go to the backyard to see what's happening. So she came to the backyard and she saw me, myself making my sister, my last sister's hair. And she shouted, she was like, "Oh, you know how to make hair?" I think the reason why my grandmother was surprised because of my age then. She was surprised. She was shouted out, and then my auntie, everybody came to the backyard, and they saw me like, "Wow, do you mean you were able to make this hair?" And her hair was very short. So she was like, "Wow." So my auntie, being that she was making her client's hair and it was getting late, she was like, since you know how to make hair, come and help me to finish these braids that I'm making. So like, and that was how my career actually started. That was where my confidence in making hair actually began. So that was where my auntie, when I started finishing hair for her, that was when she started taking me out to all her clients. Whenever she have clients, she would take me to her place for me to help her to finish the braid. So it was really good. I started making money from hair at a very young age. I think from the age of 10 years old, I was already getting money. I also have my in-law, or it was one of our in-law as well, that when she make bridal hair, she would take me to go do home service. So basically, I was going around hair. But the first thing that brought me out, that made me to be seen that I was gifted in this, was when I took my sister to the backyard. I think subconsciously I was thinking that since I saw my auntie making this hair, let me go and try at the backyard. So I think that was what resonated for me. So it began a clash when my grandmother saw me making her hair, my sister's hair, at the backyard, and my auntie actually called me to finish the hair for her. You know, when I was finishing her hair for her, there was this baddie client. A man came as usual. He bought her meat pie and ice cream, and she was just eating and finishing. I think that was all like, this life, you have to have money. My mom back then didn't want me to be a hairstylist, and I myself, I would say I was a very intelligent girl when I was growing up. I had good grades in school, so I wouldn't want to basically. I know that in Nigeria, in Africa, when you are a hairstylist, I don't know for now, but back then, to my awareness back then, there was nothing like an educational system where you can go to school and be educated in hair. All we know back then that if you finish your secondary school, you just look for a madam that you just sign an agreement with. You'll be going to a store, learning how to make hair, and basically sometimes there's this stigma that goes that those that know her, that are hairstylists, they are not intelligent, they are not brilliant. So I think in Nigeria, when I was so young, my mind was messed up, because deep inside of me, I really wanted to be a hairstylist. But because the fact that the hairstylists you see, they are not educated, like definitely this is not what I want to become. But I knew that if somehow I go to school, because then my teacher saw how brilliant I was, they said that I should be a lawyer. So I wanted to become a lawyer, and I knew that if by God's grace, maybe I was opportune to be a lawyer. I knew that I would want to be a lawyer just for the educational system, to be basically able to have a degree, to know that I'm educated. But I actually knew that I was going to have my own salon, because by God's grace, I'm going to have it. I'm not there yet, but I'm definitely going to have my salon someday. Not even salons someday. Coming to France actually shifted again my career journey. Like, it was a challenge coming to a country where you have to learn a language, and then trying to see how your future is going to become when successfully learn the language, how, like, when am I going to be able to become that which I want to be. So it was a very, very how will I say, very, very challenging period of my life. Then there's a class when we go to, when you come to France, when you start finish, like when you started learning. For me, then started learning language after 1 year. They said they gathered us, all the FLU students, we call it Français Langue Étrangère, the students there. They were asking us, it's called orientation, where you basically, they ask you, okay, what do you want to become? Now you're getting too close to the end of college, so what do you want to become? What do you want to go study in school? There was this day where just basically in the class, everybody was talking what they want to become, and there was one of this girl in my class, and she heard that she was saying about she becoming a hairstylist, she's going to go to school, and she's going to get paid and everything. I was like, do you mean you go? So I was like, do you mean you go to school to become a hairstylist? For the first time in my life, I was shocked when she had said that. So I was like, do you mean it? So after the class, I went to go meet her, started asking her a question like, what were you saying? She said, yes, after college, I'm already registered for a hair school. I'm going to learn how to become a hairstylist. You go to school and you get trained for it. I was like, you don't mean it. I was something I was like, I have to go for this. I have to go for this. And that's where everything changed for me. So when she said it, I was like, okay, no problem. I have 1 year. Let me go and do my research. I went home. I went on Google. Throughout the night, I was searching for, okay, how do you become a hairstylist in France? Schools in my city. And I was just going through Google, but at all the schools in my city. And I went to YouTube and I watched videos of the people in school. I'm like, wow. So then I saw the school that I actually later went to. I clicked on the school. Then I think the next week was the day the school was opening. We call it Porte Ouverte. So when basically if you want to be registered in this school, you basically go. First of all, they do a class where they tell you everything about the school, what the school is all about, what you are going to learn in the school, the teachers, basically globally everything about the school, the professions, the classes and the teachers and everything. So it's an opportunity for you to basically come and just get a feel, or basically few informations about the school or what you are getting into. And then I was not even speaking French, to be honest with you. I was not speaking French. Oh my god, my neighbors are wicked. Do you know that I have clothes outside and they just throw water from? So then I was not even speaking French. The only thing I had to hear is like, how are you? Fine. So because just like 6 months in France, I think 1 year in France. No, 6 months in France, because the flu class was for 1 year. So before the 1 year, she already left to, yeah, I think just 6 months. So I typed on Google, I saw the school, and the school was opening the gates for the next week. So it was a Wednesday afternoon. I remember when we came back from school, my sisters went home. I told them that I was going to go look for something. So I went to the place. I used my Google map. I went to the place. I still remember very well. Whenever I go to Saint-Cyprien, c'est at Toulouse, I always remember me standing in the front of the road trying to look for directions. So I went there and I looked for the school, and I saw people that actually, parents that was taking their child there. So I went there alone. I was the only one actually went alone. Some of the people, they came with their parents or partners, but I was alone because, to be honest, I didn't discuss this to anybody. Like, nobody knew. There, I stayed, I listened, they gave me instructions. I was just trying to be like, yes, I understand. But to be honest with you, I didn't understand what they were saying. But what that interested me, all that mattered to me there was that I knew that I can be educated being a hairstylist. I can be skilled in it. So the next week went and I got myself registered for the school. If you want to become a hairstylist in France, what are the certifications you need to become a hairstylist? One of the foundation is that you have to have your CAP. On appelle ça le CAP, c'est la certificat aptitude professionnel. So it's a professional certificate that proves that you are trained and you are certified in this choosing career or occupation. So it's done for like 2 years. You can do that 2 years certificate for 2 years. You can choose if you want to do it in a school, be educated in school. So in school they teach you about like the theory, the practical, and you do internships, which is practical in salons. So you go and look for salons where you have to go train and just like see the world, how it's gonna look like in real life working in a hair salon. Yeah. But the other option, there's also another option. You can basically try and register, get a patron, we call it a patron, a boss. You go to a salon where a boss basically do a contract for you, and so when they sign the contract for you, you take it to school and you get registered in a school. So 4 days in a week you are in salon, 1 day you are at school for the theory. So your boss will be basically in the place to train you in becoming a hairstylist. You can do that 2 years CRP, and you can also, some people just go directly 2 years to BP. So the BP is called Brevet Professionnel and it's for 2 years. If you want to, these are people that want to, like, maybe as a hairstylist you want to have your own salon in France, you want to be educating people. I think to educate people, there's also another to be an educator, there's also another certificate for you to have your own hair school. You can also do another certificate, is for like 2 years. So it's going to be like the business of school of a hair, of business of her hair. This will be the administrative part or like business part of hair. So you can do that for that more your education. So that one is for 2 years. So the BP is going to basically enable you to have your own salon. In my own case, I did 2 years of CRP, and because then I was not speaking good French, I did 2 years of CRP. I did 1 year, we call it mention complémentaire, basically for you to just learn more about hair coloring, for you to perfect your haircuts and your color technique. I did it for just 1 year and was in a place of, I had a boss, so I was doing it, I was getting paid. And then I went 1 year again to be perfected in my skill, and then I went to do 2 years, which was being able to have certificates where I can open my if I want to in future to open my salon in France or any other place, because it's an international certificate, I can do it. So altogether made it 6 years. In a month I get to style like 100 clients a month, sometimes it might be up more than. So if you are not well trained, if you don't know the techniques, if you are not perfected in your work, I think if you are doing 100 clients here a day, a month, 50 of them will not be satisfied. So this school, this training enables you to have good relationship, first of all with your clients, good communication, also give you the advantage of you to be well trained in giving good services, and also be more professional in what you are doing. So one of the challenge I would say is that during the time of you preparing your certificate, you need models. So with the haircut you need model, with the coloring you need model. So you need models. So for my examination, getting models were very, very, very difficult. If you want to take anything from this video, is first of all, know that it's important for you in anything that you do, for you to be able to be educated in it. I feel like if you're educated in what you are doing, you will have this confidence and you're able to basically take your career, or whatever career path you decided to do, with grace, with value. And even if it's something the society that is not that valued or prestige, because you are educated in it, because you can justify the reason, that there are proofs of what you are doing, you become confident, it feels like something of value to you. I hope this video was kind of like informative, like you guys got one or two things. I hope I was not rambling and talking everywhere. Hope you guys love this video. See you guys in my next videos. Love you guys so much. Bye bye.